Welcome to Meet the Polymaker. I am your host, Joel. How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome in. Let's see, I gotta move my windows over a little bit so I can see some chat. But welcome in, everybody. Today is another episode in the show with 58 now, 59 week. I've lost track now. We hit the 12 months or 52 consecutive week record. Well, record, it's the only record set. But continuing it on, and if you are new here, welcome in. We like to have fun here, obviously. You got a goofball as a host, so you never know where the show will go, but we typically talk about 3D printing news or maker news. Also, we show off community prints, and then ultimately every single week we meet a new maker or someone in the industry, in the field, doing a cool project. It could be anybody and everybody. You never know who it's going to be, because I still have yet to get on the point of posting a schedule of, hey, next week we're going to meet so-and-so. So it's still a surprise, but eventually that's going to change. We're working on that. But thank you all for showing support. Oh, Free Heathen. Oh, you raided in right away, so I seen it this time. Awesome. Thank you very much for the raid, Free Heathen. Welcome in. I hope you had a great stream. We're getting ready to prep to have a great stream. We'll see how many words I fumble over and how many uhs and uhs and uhs I do, but I think I've gotten better over the 12 months. I think. But if you haven't yet, make sure to type in I am awesome. We do have a giveaway at the end of every show where we give away filament. Every show, unless it's pre-recorded, which usually I toy with you during that. But regardless, type it in. This is live. It is now 7:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, April 2nd, 2025. Just kidding, April 3rd. But with all that said, let's go ahead and get into the Hotend headlines. So first up, it's not really a headline, it's not in the news, but let's get it out there in the news. If you are in the Montreal area, there's going to be the Montreal Maker Meetup, 3D printing and coffee, or 3D printing and Mountain Dew for some of us. The coffee, nah. But that is going to be happening Saturday, April 12th at 2 p.m. at the location you see on the screen here, 3506 Avenue Lacombe. Do you guys do it backwards? And then Montreal, Quebec. Metro Cote des Niguez. I don't know. Whatever it is. You see it. Take a screenshot. If you guys are in the area, Pezlas will be there along with many others in the community. I believe some other content creators. This was given to me right before the show, so I added in real quick just to show it. So get your screen cap, because next up, we're going to look at our next news. No, we're not. We're going to try to do it. And come on here. And booyah. There we go. First news of the day. We have a new event, not a new event, an event coming up next week. That is Rapid TCT in Detroit. Every year in the US, Rapid TCT changes locations. I believe next year it's going to be in Boston. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that was it. But that is going to be April 8th through the 10th. It is a midweek event, so it might be a little bit hard for some people to travel to. But if you're in the area, come on by. Polymaker, of course, will be there in full effect with the whole team. Lots of fun stuff to do, things to win, things to collect, etc., etc. It'll be a fun time. So if you're in the area or not too far and you can make that drive, come out one of the days. We'd love to see you, and I'd love to talk to you. But if you can't make it, we will be live from the floor of Rapid TCT as part of our booth for a 3D printing confessional. But then we're also going to take that away from the booth and go check out the event itself and showcase everything that we can to you guys that can't make it. So just hold on tight, and that's going to be a good event. Next up, we have an affordable Peak printer. Maybe this has hit the hands of content creators. I know Edge of Tech, Jonathan at Next Layer, I think a handful of other people. Sorry if I forgot your names. Not names, I forgot who all had it, but it's touting a couple different things. So of course we have our standard speed and everything of that nature, which, let me get this over here in my notes right. It is currently on Kickstarter. It's saying that it's going to be shipping at June of this year, which could possibly happen since it is in the hands of creators. But it's touting a 450 degree Hotend, 130 degree Celsius bed, and a 90 degree chamber. Peak is typically 370 to 450. It's going to be hitting that. So it's going to be hitting the high end of Peak. You can print Peak at home for an affordable price. Kickstarter is saying right now $6.99, I believe, is the early bird price. I think retail's $13 or $12.99. I don't remember exactly on that, but they're kind of going the route of Bamboo, who isn't, with projects. They're going to get one of 3 projects with the printer if you purchase it. Either be a drone, what was it, speakers, or a coffee grinder. And that's where you print the parts, and then they have all the parts and hardware kits to assemble them. But again, we'll see how it is. I know the reviews so far seem like the quality's good. The one weird thing, it has a 7-inch screen, which is great, but it folds in and pops out from the side. It's going to keep you from putting them side by side. I don't like that idea, but maybe they'll have a reroute upgrade kit you can buy for $100. We'll see. They are also saying that they're going to have a 5-color AMS system later in the year. So stay tuned for that, and we will see where that goes. Next up, we have one that I've thought about building my own Vorons. This might get me to do that. This is the Bondtech Index. And I don't know that the pros will be able to say, I don't think it's really going to be a tool changer, because the tool changer is an assembly as itself, with the extruder assembly, everything all is one. And it's really just picking up these hot ends. So would we call it a hot end changer? I don't know. I'll have to talk to the pros later in Discord and see what they say. But the price they're saying, I think it was $250 for the assembly, for the head assembly. And then I think $30 per hot end piece. And those are because they're wireless. There's no heaters on them. It's induction heating on the actual extruder and when we say extruder assembly. And they say it's going to heat up within 4 seconds, which is insane. But we'll see. And it's super thin, super small. They showcased a Voron. I don't know the size, but they had 9 tools on it. So we'll see. This might be a really good option to get multicolor, multi-material into your custom printer, or get you to print a custom printer. So we'll stay tuned for that. Next up, we have a 3D printed villa, and surprisingly enough, a 3D printed building that is not in Texas. Who would have thought? But India, they actually kind of went high tech with this. I don't have the pictures of the inside, but it is a very high end 3D printed concrete home. And again, this one is in India. They're using the same technique as all. I mean, they didn't say the printer. Usually it's an Icon printer or a Wasp, I believe. But it features eco-friendly materials, energy efficient design, and it's aligning with global sustainability goals. So affordability, not sure. I can't see the price on this one in the article, but it has a really cool look to it. And I mean, we're just going to keep seeing crazier and crazier designs as they, perfect that whole process. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the future of foam. This is 3D printed foam. So a little bit different than what we have. Like we have our lightweight PLA with Polymaker, and that has got like a foaming additive. Don't quote me exactly on the science. I'm not the technical guy. That's why I'm just the face. But this is going to be 3D printed foam, which is cool because you can see it. It can actually get some detail. So custom foam installations, whether it be your seat backs, your seat rest, armrest, or just fun, goofy things that you can have, throw at each other and not hurt. 3D print your own Nerf darts. Who knows? But a really cool technology. That's going to be by the University of Dallas, I believe it was. I have all the wrong information around here. But yeah, right now it's a proof of concept, and the team printed a foam sculpture in the shape of the balloon dog that you see, showcasing the material's versatility and the researchers' playful approach. But again, just more material. We're seeing more and more things that are being integrated into the 3D printing and being able to use as material for all the different applications. And who knows, maybe someday you're going to see a Polymaker foam. I want to be PLA, whatever foam's made of, the chemical nature. So we'll see. But anyway, I'm not the technical guy. As I said, let's move on to Spool to Spotlight. Sorry if I'm blazing through this. I had a late start trying to adjust things here. But first up, all these prints are shared on our Show Off Prints channel at discord.polymaker.com. If you're not part of that community, come on over. Come hang out. We're really fun to play with. That's weird. That sounded really weird. I didn't mean it that way. But no, it really is a good time. We have our hangouts that are active throughout the day, throughout the nights, many times throughout the nights into the early morning. But you can also share your own prints and possibly be featured on the show. This is by Alan Pilk, and he has done a lot of automated Pokemon. So if you've seen him on TikTok, I think it's Officer Granite. But this is the automated Pidgey. He's got an automated a lot of things, the Zubat and the Caterpie, and I don't know all the other Pokemon. But he's not. I think he's not a Pokemon catcher. I think he's a ranger. Something. I don't remember his videos. He says it, but just a really cool print that he's glued feathers on. It moves its head. He's got a little controller, moves its head and opens its beak. So just a cool print. Next up, we have Cheryl, who often shares, not often, I would say weekly, shares food related items. And being a fan of food myself, I always enjoy the prints and they're always really awesome. So this one's another one by Gazaldra. It's available on Things. It is the pineapple coaster. Hard to see in this, but the pineapples are in slices and you can take them off as coasters. Just not only cool prints, but she always does awesome quality prints and quality photos. So hopefully maybe, I don't know, maybe she is Gazaldra, and that's why the pics are so good. If not, I hope that the modeler is using these pics. It'd be smart. Next up, we have Deadly Zebra, who has printed the egg swirl container done by STL Flicks. I almost said STL Netflix. Come on now. STL Flicks. This is an awesome design, just because it's so smooth and it's just a simple design. But this straight up, who agrees this looks like chocolate? I seen it. I thought it looked like chocolate. And I did not try to eat my screen, but it makes me hungry for a Cadbury egg. One from UK, because theirs are better. I'm going to side with you guys over there. You know, the UK's got better Cadbury chocolate. It is what it is. But just another awesome print. And next up, we have Fergie McFerguson. I only chose this because of his name and it was fun to say. And because the print's awesome. These are the Hedamames. He has printed in, I believe, transparent green or some sort of transparent green, maybe Pet G. But they look sharp, super sharp. That black and that dark green go really well together. These are going to be available, not this exact headphone, but a Hedamame set of headphones is going to be available in a drawing that we're going to talk about a little bit later. Last but not least, we have Kevin Lily Flynn Co. of Lily Flynn Co., who's also modeled and printed the Llama and Lady Llama clickers. Of course, you guys have seen it across the board. There's tons of different clickers. I've seen French fries, I've seen milkshakes, I've seen llamas, I've seen pigs, ducks, etc. People love clicking, the problem is with those is people love doing it. The people around them hate it, but a really cool print, great colors, and the different gradients and the nice pastels do it justice. So just an awesome print altogether, and that is available on things.com if you search for llama or Lady Llama clicker or search Lily Flynn Co. So those are all of our prints for the week. We're going to take a commercial break, and after that, we're going to do what we always do and meet our next maker. So hang tight. We'll see you in a few. Come on down to Polymaker's Palace of Printing Perfection, where we have everything your 3D printing heart desires. We have PLA, we have ABS. Let's not forget ASA. Maybe Pet G's your material of choice. We got that too. Don't forget nylons for those specific needs. Printing something special for that loved one in your life. We have all the colors to make that print a one of a kind. You want reds? We got them. How about blues? We got those too. And greens? Of course we do. Too many to count. And let's not forget the yellows all day long. Now don't take my word for it. Come on down and see for yourself. Here at Polymaker's Palace of Printing Perfection, we strive to fulfill all your printing needs. So come on down and start your collection today. We're easy to find right past the giant light box on Hangout Avenue at us.polymaker.com.
Are you into cosplay and prop making? Are you tired of having to break out those power tools to sand those lines away? And don't forget about all that hand sanding. Cramps. Ouch. Introducing Polymaker's Cos PLA, available in two different versions, version A and version B. Both versions are still easier to stand than standard PLA. Find out more at us.polymaker.com.
Whoa, I'd love to get into 3D printing, but I live here on the sun where the UV rays are nuts.
Wait just one moment there, strapping young chap. Have you ever heard of Polymaker ASA? Polymaker ASA is UV resistant, so it is the perfect application for printing near or around the sun.
No way, bro.
Yes way, Broseph. Here, try it out.
Radical, man.
If you need a weather-resistant material, make sure you check out Polymaker's ASA.
Printing on the sun is no problem at all with Polymaker ASA.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Are you sick of seeing the same commercials over and over? Seeing my face yelling at you as soon as it starts? You can fix that. You can submit your own commercial and win $100 in a product from Polymaker if your commercial is used. We do have a commercial channel over in Discord that I still haven't updated, but there's some general rules there, ratio and everything of the video. If you want to submit your own video, it doesn't have to be high-end professional. We go for the kind of the goofy, spin on things. Just have fun with it. Submit it, and if there's anything that needs to be changed, I can let you know. Or if we use it, you get $100. So not each time. Once we use it once, you get $100. Then we use it from there on for not $100. So definitely submit those. Or if you have any questions, you can always DM me on Discord or find me in the Hangout quite often, and I can answer any questions you might have. But we are here. Other than why is everything? Oh, it's the mic. That's why. There we go. Okay, but anyway, let's get to the point of the show where we meet a new maker. And today is no exception. This might be a newer maker in the 3D realm of things, but I think she's gonna have some interesting things to talk about. So let's meet none other than Polymaker Tiffany, because don't worry, we can't hear you yet, Tiffany, because the app is a pain in my butt and I've got to add you back in. Guest cam. Okay, let's try it. Welcome, Tiffany. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. I was so hoping the audio was going to work. Yes. Well, welcome in, Tiffany. So everybody, this is Tiffany, who is one of our many new team members in the NA. But rather than me explaining it, Tiffany, can you tell the people who you are and what do you do?
Hi, my name is Tiffany. I started in early December. I'm not sure if you guys have met Pete, but I started along like exactly the same day as him. I started as a local media manager. So if you see me on Twitter making comments and making posts, that's me. And if you see the memes out on the internet, that's also me.
That was the one thing I was excited when I first, so Tiffany did a meeting. We won't get into details, but did a video with Nick and everything and kind of presented her overlook on our socials. And one of the comments, and I even told her this, was that I immediately knew she was going to be awesome, was she made a mention of Wendy's Twitter. And I've said that internally many times, like I love their humor, their sarcasm. So as soon as she said that, I knew like, okay, she's got the personality perfect for what we need. So I was excited for that. But so you're the marketing, or what do they call it? They did the channel marketing manager.
My official title is marketing channel manager.
There we go. I mixed it all up. I'm dyslexic, I guess. So then other than, of course, the fun memes and everything, what do you do? Like, is there more in depth to it than that? Just a bit.
Currently, I take care of a lot of the content that we curate and put out there. Like if you see the blog post, me and our e-commerce manager take care of all of that. We try to think of some cool ideas to share with you guys while also highlighting some of the great designers that are on Maker World, or whoever we see on Instagram or our socials that are like always tagging Polymaker and stuff like that. Along with that, trying to find a good way to engage with the community a little bit, not to step on Joel's toes, just additionally helping him out with that.
We're a good compliment to each other.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, and creating a lot of fun challenges, content, interacting with you guys, doing stuff that will get you guys engaged in our comment section. Mainly that's my job right now.
Okay, so now let's go back a little bit to the 3D printing thing. So normally I ask you, how did you get into 3D printing? You're pretty new to it, right?
Oh, I'm an extreme newbie, which is why when I made that meme that went pretty viral on Reddit about like the newbie 3D printing starter pack, I was like the perfect example for it. I myself
Yep.
thought 2 hours was extremely long for a print until
Has
I
no
like
idea the
talked to
day of
my
the
friend.
enders.
Yeah, until
Because
I
it,
talked to my friend and it was like 2 hours is like the bare minimum. And I was like,
yeah,
really? 2 hours is so freaking long just to wait around. Um, but yeah, I got
yes,
into 3D printing because of the job.
yep.
And since then I started making fun little knickknacks to gift to my friends, like this bathtub for my capybara. As you can see, I
Nice.
ran out of filament here.
Whoa! You can't be talking like that. You
And I
cannot
made
be an employee of Polymaker and talk about running out of filament. Cut that. Let's re-edit. Let's go back. So then with the printer though, what was your very first printer? Well, it's currently your first printer.
an A1 bamboo mini.
There you go.
So
And now
super easy. All I do is just drag and drop and press print.
did I forget? Did yours have the AMS or are you just single color? Well, no, is it the
Single
multicolor?
color, single
Single color.
color.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, single color. So currently what I do if I make gifts for my friends, like I made a TCG box, like it was a Nintendo TCG box and it came with parts. I just glued
Okay.
it or I find parts that like snap together
There you go. So then
and
yeah,
print
the
all
next
in
step
separate
is
colors. So it takes
AMS.
like 3 hours.
Yeah, so I'm going to point out that I think you and Kevin right now are probably the only Polymaker employees, at least on camera on the meets or meetings, is you don't have any filament behind you. I mean, I don't either. I have a green screen, but so now do you have you been loaded up in filament in your place currently, or I know you ran out the color you needed, but
I
have
do. I
you?
currently have 6 spools of filament, and I will admit I keep them in a drawer. So I don't know if that's the best way to store it.
You're Houston, and worst case scenario, you contact a company that sells a really good dryer system, and you see if they can give you a poly dryer.
I wonder
Wonder if
what
you can find
company that
one.
could be.
So now, of course, I won't dox you, but you're close to the office and factory, right?
I am.
And I don't know this, so this is a legit question: have you been to the factory at all yet, or is it just the office side that you've been to?
Just the office. Although since Pete is in the chat, he has taken some spool for me from the factory so I could test out some of our products. So thank you, Pete.
Pete, he's our Friday filament spree guy. He goes and raids the Amazon pallets, which is it's funny because most people are like, why are they raiding the pallets? Don't they just get filament? Yes, we get filament, but we also hate to see wasted filament. So Pete goes there. He more scours for poly boxes because he plans on building his own home out of them. Or poly dryer boxes. But yeah. So now, of course, you've been with what is it now? 4 months. Going on 4 months with Polymaker. Is there pretty much your full knowledge has just been starting with Polymaker and learning from the beginning, correct? Or did you have any knowledge at all of 3D printing? Not necessarily how to, but did you know much about it coming into it?
None at all. Like, absolutely. Well, my boyfriend at the time really was into Warhammer. So when I
Okay.
got this job, he was super excited for me to print him like terrain and figurines.
Of course. Have you printed quite a bit of that so far? Or?
I actually printed quite a bit of Gundam stands currently.
Awesome. So then I was just, of course, in Adepticon last weekend. If I would have known he could just come with me, I could have had a second person help me out at that event. That's I'm sure a place he'd love, especially.
I
If he
know
loves
quite a
Warhammer.
bit about Warhammer now.
Yep,
I do know quite a bit, so I could help you.
There you go. I went to that thinking like I knew base stuff, but I know less now because I realized or I found out that it's super sophisticated. They have tape measures that they measure between the figures. I mean, it's awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, okay, there's way too many layers for me to learn to have time to learn. So like, I'll leave it to them. I'll go to the event. The event was awesome. The people were awesome, but yeah. So maybe we can drag him along next year. Oh, I think you're muted. Did you mute? Let me see here. I want to.
Oh, sorry, I pulled a
There we
Joel
go.
there.
That is a Joel. For those that don't know, in meetings, I often talk, quite often with the mute button, because we have a software button and I have a hardware button, and I forget that one's on and the other one's not. But anyway, so now, okay, with you working at Polymaker and everything, is 3D printing something that you like really enjoy and think's awesome, or is it kind of just more? And this isn't throwing you. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus. Is it just kind of, no, it's okay, or have you been excited with it?
Yeah, no, I've been really excited with it ever since I actually started looking at models that I would really like to print. I never have to buy a gift for a friend ever again.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
practicality wise, it's been the greatest money saver for my wallet.
There you go.
Apart from that, just printing like practical things like an iPad stand, wire organizers and stuff like that have been really
Oh, yeah.
fun. Also, my friends have gotten into 3D printing, like so I could talk to them about it now.
Yeah.
My friend, she got an ender from her
So she knows
boyfriend,
about slow
and
printing then.
oh no, she couldn't even get it leveled. So she like
Just gave
scraped
up.
her fingers trying to get it leveled, and she totally gave up on the ender and bought a bamboo with an AMS like straight off the bat as her first 3D printer.
There you
She
go.
came to me for advice, and of course, I told her to go to Polymaker for filament. So it's been really fun
Good
talking to
call.
people about it.
So now, is it something that the friends that are into 3D printing, that when they first learned who you're working for, was it something they were super excited for? Like, hey, now we got a filament, a filament dealer.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. So my friend who works in architecture at an architecture firm, his firm has to 3D print out models to give to their
Okay, yeah.
customers as a mock-up. And I asked him, "Oh, who do you use as your filament provider?" And lo and behold, there were stacks of Polymaker
It's
filament
already
in his office
Polymaker.
and warehouse.
So
Yeah,
then you
so
didn't
it's
have to,
pretty
you
cool.
didn't
And
have
when
to
I
give
went
them crap
to
for it then.
no, yeah, exactly. And when I went to Japan recently, my friend also got into 3D printing there, and I asked him what
Awesome.
filament he used, and it was also Polymaker. So we're worldwide.
Now, speaking of traveling and everything, so Japan wasn't for an event. Your first event is going to be next week, correct? Is that going to be your first actual
For
event
sure,
that you've
I'll
attended?
be at Rapid.
Rapid, yep. And then
We'll be at Rapid together.
so you've been in charge of one part of the booth. Do you want to talk about what people should expect from the booth and kind of what you have set up?
For sure. So if you follow some of our socials, we do a little bit of a confessional every Friday. Like, what's your worst print? What's the craziest thing you've done with your 3D printer? Blah,
Some
blah, blah.
interesting answers.
We're bringing that. Yeah, some very interesting answers. Used to say, but we'll try to keep it PG-13 at this event.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the event, we'll have it live in person. It'll be called 3D Printing Confessionals. So we'll have you in front of a stream with a list of questions and cue cards for you to answer to the live to confess your deadliest 3D printing sins.
There we go. And that's going to be live throughout the event, right? I know we've talked about logistics, so me and Tiffany will also, of course, scour the floor and everything. We've got the Pocket 3, so we can go mobile. So we'll be showing you, anything and everything that we can. We just got to figure out the logistics. It might shut down that part of the booth. We've got to figure a lot of things out. But
Oh my
either
gosh,
way, we're going to be
I just read in
live.
the comments.
Oh boy. Do I want to say?
Did you see that one?
Which one?
I gave one fun answer last week. My dad's urn.
Oh, that must be Pezliz. Is it Pezliz? Yeah, because she printed a barrel.
Yeah.
I think, and also they, I think she was successful. I think they put it over the Niagara Falls. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure.
That's actually really beautiful, but very, very out there answer. So I respect that.
We've seen some even crazier responses. Some that people on the
For sure.
Discord have pointed out to me, like, "Hey, have you scrolled your guys' X account today?" Like, yeah. Like, did you see this? And I
Yeah.
did see a certain something, and I thought it was a toothpaste thing. It wasn't. But that's as far as I'm going to go on the stream about it. But you guys are a crazy bunch, but a creative bunch too. So good stuff. But okay, so then the confessional and everything. Now I think we're also expected to have you at the Rep Rap festivals, or at least at some of them.
Yes, I will also be there.
Awesome. Is that something? So of course, Rapid TCT is going to be the just for you, same as me, my first like industry commercial event. I've never been to one. I've been to the rep wraps, but those are a whole different feel. Are you more excited to see that one being it's one of the largest ones and it's more industry and everything, or are you looking for more of the kind of, I want to say laid back, but they're professional too. But is there one that you're looking forward to more than the other between rep wrap or rapid?
Honestly, rapid, because we've been working on it for a couple of months now, and I've seen pictures of it from previous events or previous rapids that we've been through. So I'm really excited to see the setup, see all of our work set up, see the amount of people that come out, see the hectic schedule that we'll probably be thrown. Yeah, and especially meeting all of the Polymaker fans, so that'll be really exciting. Maybe meeting some of the people who input those crazy ass answers.
Yeah, and I think and I know a handful of people in the Discord are going to be there that are in the area. So as I've told them many times, if you're out there or you're in the area, come by, stop by the booth. We got a ton of fun stuff to do. We'll shoo you over to the confessional so you can give us your deepest, darkest secrets. So a lot of fun stuff there. But other than that, is there anything with 3D printing now that you're involved with it? I know you're still learning stuff. There's plenty to learn. Is there anything in the 3D printing field or future that you're looking forward to or interested in?
Personally, I'm interested in getting an AMS in the future, but Polymaker wise, really just having a good handle on all of the filament, understanding what each filament is used for, understanding the names, remembering the names. I finally got a grasp on Fiberon because we did a Fiberon campaign recently. Finally understood what it was used for.
So that's so nice too, though. You go through all the assets and everything, so you kind of get a better idea of what it is. Yeah. And so yeah, but that's with over 400 plus materials and colors, and that's always growing. So yeah. I've been in it longer, and it's still hard for me to keep up.
Oh no, for sure. One thing about Polymaker is though we have like a great range of product and material, it's still a lot. So it's still a learning curve for me. But I will get there. I will get there.
One day. And then when you get there, we'll release another 80 SKUs. And then you'll have to catch up
one
there.
Day. The more knowledgeable I am, the better the memes I can make.
There you go. Now, which I usually go rapid fire, but I think with you, I think it's let's see. We're getting close anyway. So we'll go to community questions here in a little bit. I'm going to do it in reverse a little bit here. Because this is kind of pertains to working for Polymaker. Have you picked your favorite filament yet from Polymaker? Favorite color or effect?
I have. I might be biased because this might be my first spool also, but it's Panchroma matte or Panchroma something in Sakura pink.
Yeah, matte. Or yeah, Sakura pink. Yep.
Okay, it was matte.
So is Sakura, is that pronounced properly? Sakura? I always thought it was Sakura.
Yeah.
So Sakura. I've pronounced it wrong this whole time.
Whatever floats your boat, Joel. Whatever floats your boat.
So that was your very first spool that you printed with?
Yeah, I might be biased, but I printed a lot with that. So it holds a special memory in my heart or my brain.
I'm a very sentimental person. So yeah, I get it. I'm with you there. Now, is there any color, if you were to create any color right now and they said, hey, Tiffany, it's your choice. What are you making? Are you making a solid color, a glitter color? What would you come up with, knowing the lines that we have?
Honestly, the neon line is pretty fun.
There you go. Do you have a certain neon color you'd like to see that we don't? I know there's one off the top of my head.
Well, let me hear yours first, Joel. For
blue, because we don't have a neon blue. There was one that we in the early development, but there's not a blue official.
So, do we not have a neon Polymaker color?
Oh no, teal? No,
like
no,
teal?
No, neon right now is only magenta, orange, yellow, and green.
That's my answer. Then I'm gonna pick the aqua color that Polymaker.
So kind of like a Crest toothpaste. I think it's Crest. Is that right? Get that nice toothpaste color. Well, there we go. We'll have to see what we get.
Maybe we can ask someone to print that for us.
I know a certain guy that works on product management that might be able to make something happen, right? which speaking of that individual, you both started at the same time. Who's the better Polymaker employee?
I have to say Pete because he knows so much more.
Okay, fair. I was going to see if I can try to start a war there.
I have to give my props to Pete. I have to give my props to Pete because he actually helps me print stuff.
There you go. Yeah, I should say I think a shelf or something recent, right? Or a couple things for the booth. Yeah, trust me, he's coming through for me on a few things too. Last second, so Pete's our little lifesaver. So then, other
If
than
you've
that, with
seen Pete's setup in his if you've
oh,
seen Pete's setup in his office, he's really committed to Polymaker. His whole room is actually the Polymaker color.
yep, oh yeah, and that was actually far before, I think, even before he probably used Polymaker. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, Pete, but I think that was painted before any involvement with Polymaker, I should say, at least. You know, mine, I was working with Polymaker, not for him. When I painted my my filament room walls and my accent walls that are teal, it was meant to be. There you go. So now, another question is, if you were able to print anything. So I know right now you have the A1 Mini, so you're restricted on size a little bit. Let's just say size isn't a concern, filament isn't concerned, time isn't concerned. What would you love to print? You know, whether big, small, or in between.
So I recently just weaned off of my blind box addiction. I'm not sure if you know what that is, Joel.
Blind is it an anime thing? Is that?
No. So blind boxes are these like little figurines that you get. They come in characters and you open them randomly. So it's like an addiction and kind of like gambling because you're kind of gambling of which one you want to pull.
Oh,
And I
it's
used to be extremely
they have
addicted
like
to
Walmart
that.
for the
and it
bags
was
of different things.
Yeah, kind of like that. There's this Chinese brand called Pop Mart that came out with a bunch of blind boxes, and that was my recent addiction, but it got really expensive, so I had to wean off of it. So if I were to print anything, it would be my own figurines. I wouldn't have to buy them.
There you go. Now, are those the blind boxes? Are those like known figurines? Or are they like their own design? Or are they actual characters? And
Yeah, they're their own design. So let me see if I can think. Well, I'll use this capybara as one.
Okay.
So they come in like different characters, different variations, and I happen to pull the one with the turtle. But I'm not sure if you see behind me, but that's a whole floating shelf of just blind boxes, and they're like 8 to 12
So now,
bucks
do they come
each.
with like a little like a poster insert, like tells you which ones are rare, so you know like when you're collecting them?
Oh yeah. So on the box itself, they do like a little hidden figurine, and that's the rarest
Okay.
one. So you try to pull for it.
Okay, so it's just like the card collectors and things like that too, like Pokemon, trying to find that
Yeah.
rare hollow. Okay, yeah. See, I don't need to get into that stuff because yeah, that I would go straight down and okay, well I've got 4 of them. There's 2 more. You know, I got to buy 20 more just to buy find those 2 more.
Exactly.
So
It's just gambling.
probably best that I have 3D printers also that I can just print my own figures. But let's see here. But we'll move over to community questions, which I may have missed some because I asked earlier. Tiffany, what made you apply to Polymaker since you didn't have any experience with 3D printing before? And that's asked by Kaggle 3545.
Oh yeah, okay. To give a perfectly candid answer, my friend Austin, who works at Polymaker, I came to him one day because I was previously unemployed last year and I was just traveling a lot. But I felt like it was time to settle down and get a job again. And I asked him if he had any openings, and luckily enough, you guys did. So that's how I perfectly fit in to Polymaker. Shout out to Nico.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and he makes it easy too. You know, when you have somebody that nice, you know, asking you, hey, you want to come work for me? That's a no-brainer. Fine, I guess I will. Let's see here.
Well, I guess to give some background info also, my previous job was also in marketing, but I was working in the home building industry and I kind of got burnt out from that. So I was looking for a different avenue and something that I really enjoyed doing. And, I'm a little bit of a nerd at heart, so I love figurines. I love building things. I love creating. And when I saw that you guys had a Polymaker figurines page with Pokemon, I'm a massive Pokemon fan. So when I saw that, I was like, sign me up. Sign me up.
So now once you get an AMS, is that something like you might think about doing your own figurine lineup? Or the
Oh
Pokemon
yeah, either figurine lineups, or I would love to make like more TCG boxes for my friends who also are really into collecting, stuff like that.
Awesome. Let's see here. A1 Mini's best printer. Somebody said we should give you an H2D instead of you using the small A1. I'm sure she wouldn't say no to that, especially if we threw an AMS on top of it.
The real question is, where am I going to put it?
Which, speaking of all these, not necessarily the H2D, but all the different printers. Of course, you have the A1 Mini. There's many out there. is there anywhere you could recommend somebody to go if they were wanting to get an extra printer or get started on printing? Is there anywhere out there right now that they have a chance to maybe get a printer or more?
Oh, I don't know. It seems like a certain filament company has like this huge giveaway that could be beneficial to someone who's
I've
new
heard
to
of something
printing.
of this. And what is
I
this?
just can't
What is this
remember their
giveaway?
name. I just can't remember the company's name or the giveaway name. I don't know.
Actually, the giveaway name,
Maybe
I need you to say it in the form of the Polymaker scientist from Polymaker Labs in his latest video where he's doing his dance. Polypalooza! Polypalooza!
Polypalooza. Polypalooza.
So yeah, so Polypalooza, of course, you've been part of that, helping with the content and getting all that stuff out there. Been crazy last couple days, would you say?
Yeah, it's been honestly an amazing turnout seeing how many people want to participate. Also, you guys kind of crashed our site also, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we still got a couple of days left in Polypalooza, looking for a lot more people to join. Yeah, we have some prizes to give out, and I can't wait to see who wins them.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that'll be in which actually I don't even know if me or Nico has messaged you. You coming on the stream on Saturday? Oh, we lost you. Hold on. I swear I didn't scare away people. It's the stupid Streamlabs app. Let me get her back in here in just a moment. Okay. Can you hear me? There we go. Okay. Okay. And here, have you say something. Let's see if your audio is working.
I see in the comments that people are really itching for this code.
Yeah. So how many codes are there total?
20.
20, and they've been
20.
spread all over the internet. These guys have worked together, guys and girls have worked together like crazy. We see all the joint group Excel files that people were playing around in, and 60, 70 people active on it. We see that, and that's good. You want to work together, but you guys have worked together and they still haven't found one. There's one code still laying out there somewhere. Do you know where it's at?
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's somewhere floating in the ether right now on the internet.
And
currently.
in the interwebs, somewhere out there, there is a code just waiting to be used. And I refreshed just to make sure here. It still has 0 uses. So nobody's found that code. You guys have found, many of you have found all these other codes and got all these extra entries. Can you complete the puzzle? No, time will tell. But let's see here. I want to make sure I don't miss any other.
I must say though, they're pretty quick with it, because I dropped one in last night before even making the announcement, and like within 2 hours later, I already got a comment saying you're really tricky. So you know what, you guys are pretty good, but this one last code, I feel like it might be a little bit in your face.
No.
I feel like that's the biggest hint.
Now next year though, so of course our plan is, and I've said this on previous streams, the plan is to make it bigger and better next year, and so on and so forth. Are you confident enough to say that it's going to be a lot harder for the codes to be found next year?
I think so, because you guys have been finding them pretty easy this year, or this first time around.
I think maybe a few that will bait in kind of somewhat simple places, but past that, I think we're gonna have a lot more time to prep for next year, people. So between the brains that our entire team has, yeah, good luck. It's definitely not going to be 19 of the 20 found within 2 days of the event. You have to try harder. There's a number missing. Yeah, the code that you're talking about. Yeah, there's one more. There's 19 of the 20 codes. So there is one code missing. Looking at sponsor page, crowdsourcing helps. Yep, time to prep. Yeah, right. Polymaker Pete, time to prep. So now have you learned exactly? I've dubbed it myself. So I procrastinate. Everybody knows this. Always get stuff done. But have you learned the phrase, Polymaker time? Or we do a lot of stuff last second. And this isn't on the company itself. This is on certain members. Some of us just like to get the stress build up, so that way you maybe just a little bit more urgency to it at the end.
I thrive on procrastination.
Yeah. So do I. So, luckily, it hasn't lost me a job yet. It hasn't lost you a job, so I think we're okay. But,
knock on wood, Joel. Knock on wood.
Yeah. we both get pulled into a team meeting here after the stream. We need to have a talk. After that stream, you guys are no go. So yeah,
We're never doing this again.
I got our prints done on the office printers yesterday and today. Yeah, so I mean, we have a few days left. That's actually ahead of time than what we normally do. So I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah. So other than that, is there anything else that that you've learned while you've been there? Like, so we're pretty much coming to the end there, but just any. Let's go with last thoughts. What are your last thoughts? Whether it be something working for Polymaker, being in the industry, something about the community, anything. Is any last thoughts to just bless the people with? Kind of on the spot here.
Yeah, so I used to work in an extremely corporate environment, so it was a little bit more rigid. So coming to Polymaker, it was like a breath of fresh air.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like a breath of fresh air coming into a community and a work environment where everyone was super casual but super involved with the industry that they're in as well. You know, outside of creating filament, marketing filament, whatever we do in the company, genuinely everyone in Polymaker loves 3D printing. If obviously Joel, Pete,
Yeah,
Nico, whoever has put on the screen, Sean. I just really appreciate the passion that you guys put into the craft itself, and that motivates me more to work harder at my job and understand more about how filament works, how 3D printing works. Although, you know, it's still a little tricky understanding, you know, how to level a bed.
Yeah.
I really,
Says the one with an A1
I really,
that does it automatically.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, no, it's good, but no, I 100% agree with you. It's just, and even with me, of course, you know, being much older than you, and changing careers up, it was a breath of fresh air.
I wouldn't say that, Joel. I wouldn't say that.
I was trying to help you out. You know, you're only like 19. Yeah, see. But that is all. I'm gonna let you go since we ran a little bit late, and we're pretty much on time now, though. So. Real quick, do you also sell filament at Polymaker? Yeah, Sebastian. Sometimes I question that myself. Yeah. What
a little bit of both.
The internal title for me is the Oprah of filament.
It's either the Oprah or like the Gandalf of
what filament. Was it? That was someone's. I can't remember what it was. Me and you were talking about that. Yeah, the Oprah or the Gandalf. I thought we said something
keeper
else.
Of filament.
The keeper. That's what it was. Gandalf, the keeper of the filament. So. Well, I enjoyed talking with you as always. I get to see you. You know, well, I've met you in person once, but yeah, we'll hang out and we'll do some really fun things on the floor at Rapid TCT. We'll do our best not to get kicked out. That might lead to maybe a job search, but we'll have fun and we'll bring you guys along with us.
It was nice meeting everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on the show, and we will talk to you later. Have a good night. And there you guys go. Now you have a face to another name to the team. We are having an ever-growing team. You know, continue to add people to it. Tons of awesome people. Just as Tiffany said, everybody is welcoming, awesome, smart. Everybody has their skill set. A lot of super intelligent people that just baffles me. Like, especially since they're way younger than me. They're not supposed to be smarter than me. Come on. I'm wiser. Let's put it that way. See, I'm wise. But thank you to Tiffany. I'd like to have some more employees on throughout the shows. We'll kind of scatter them in. You'll be able to meet them if you guys tune in next week during the show or during the Rapid TCT show. You'll be able to meet. We're going to try to bring some of them on the confessionals and meet, and you'll be able to see the faces. If you're in Discord and the Hangouts, you've heard me say different names: Oriana, Kevin, Chris, and nobody has a clue who these people are. So you'll be able to meet them in person. They're all going to be there. So that is it for that part of the show, but we also have a lot of other things going on throughout the week, almost daily. We have Polymaker figurines led by Antoine Dimensions, does a new Polymaker, does a new Pokemon figure every video, and when that video releases, that model becomes available to download for free on Maker World. He is across the board on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, etc. That is Polymaker_figurines. Make sure to go follow them if you're not already. Does awesome content and just, you know, worth a watch. Even if you're not a Pokemon fan, it's a hard thing to say. Definitely check them out. It's still great videos and fun content to watch. We also have, well, actually, you know what? Let's actually use what I set up, right? Polymaker figurines. No, I messed it up. Oh, there we go. Create Sprint. in for the save. Thank you, Britt. So next up, we have none other than Creatrix Britt, who's in chat. That leads our Polymaker education channel, again on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, etc. And she does the same format to where she'll do a video of an educational print. Can be used in different various ways, along with some information about that during the video. And then that model also becomes available for you to download for free to use how you see fit, whether it be in education, daycares, etc., or if you just want to print it for yourself, have a cool little desktopper, because there's some pretty awesome models that her and the team that she's kind of put together have created. So make sure to go follow her, and that is, she's already got it. Look at that. And we also have Polymaker Labs, which is Sean with us, Polymaker Sean, who does tips, tricks, troubleshooting, etc. as the scientist or as the Polymaker scientist. That is on TikTok. He's got fun energy. He's got some dance moves that he's recently done. If you haven't checked out his TikTok, go check it out. It's fun to watch. And then also, lastly, we have our Imprinting Color Show that is hosted by Pezliz. That's over at twitch.tv/Pezliz. I forgot to turn off my nano leaves. That's what keeps popping up. That has been irritating me. So I apologize for the seizure-inducing flicker. But again, Pezliz, she has her Twitch stream, and again, our show is on Wednesdays on her Twitch stream. I think she still kind of rotates the time, usually in the afternoon if you're in the US, but talks about colors, surface effects, all the different things we have coming, or all that we have out, and many more coming that she will be busy with. So make sure to tune into her to see what is the latest color craze or use of color. And then we also have Meet the Polymaker. That's obvious. You're watching right now. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday. Haven't missed a show in 50 some odd weeks. We're not going to miss any shows. Even if I'm not available, there's going to be my face on the screen somehow by pure magic. You get to see me and hear me. But that's it for that. We're going to go to the giveaway here in just a moment, because, oh man, this is again, I need to set a reminder. My apologies to all. Can anybody guess what Joel did? Anybody? Somebody throw it in chat on what you think Joel did. Which you have to be present on this one anyway, because you got to know that I called you so that you contact me. But see, this benefits you watching the show and staying and tolerating me for this long, because if you left, you're not in the drawing, because there never was a drawing. Now, type in "I am awesome" in the chat. You're going to see somebody do it. Just follow their lead. I am awesome. The capitalization doesn't matter. The spacing does. The spelling very much does. So make sure to type it in. I am awesome. I'm going to let that go. I'll ramble about something. I can always do that pretty well. And we're actually not too bad on time still. We're actually doing pretty good today. Look at that. Even with a little bit of goof up. But also, real quick too, while we're letting everybody type in "I am awesome," do not forget polymaker.com/polypalooza. If you go to our main page, you're going to see a splash screen. If you've not entered into that, it is free to enter. There's different ways you can earn entries and points and find codes. You can get with our Discord. There's some people sharing codes, which is not against the rules. That's allowed. But ramble about the missing character. I don't know what you're talking about. And yeah, I am awesome. I typed that in right. I am awesome. Yeah, the entries are going in. It's spelled right. So we have the Polypalooza. Get those entries in, because that's going to end on Saturday. And at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am going to go live. And at that point, I'm going to give you 10 minutes. You're going to have 10 minutes to get the last entries that you can get in. So anybody that's tuning in that wasn't aware, it gives them a chance to get at least some entries in there. It only takes one entry to win. Obviously, the odds are stacked if you only have one, but there are tons of stuff. This is going to be, I know we like to try to say one of the biggest, definitely one of the biggest in the year, but I like to see it as the biggest for the fact that we have bundles. Everything that you can win is usable right off the rip. It's not pieces and parts to build your own or fix your own or upgrade your own. These are bundles of printers with accessories from many, many partners. We're going to have some of those partners on the stream, be able to talk about their stuff. Kind of in little snippets. That is going to be where Joel can't ramble on. Joel's going to have a timer for every 10 minutes that we have to announce. If not, 4 hours is going to turn into 8 hours. And as much as I love you guys, I live with my wife and she would murder me, so we can't go about doing that. Get it on there. I'm still gonna give you a chance here. I am awesome. Get that there in chat if you have not. You see everybody else doing it. If you already did it earlier, do it again. I didn't have it up. It's my fault. I'm sorry. If you're not sure you did it, you're not sure you're entered, type it in. Keep typing it in there. I want to find out who we're gonna raid out to here in just a minute. So enter that giveaway, and we're gonna give away some filament in just a moment. And lately, what I've been liking to do is finding low count people. We rate our partners too, don't get me wrong, but we've made some pretty good impacts on a couple of people the last several shows that we've rated out to, and that are just super appreciative. Love seeing that, and, you know, and showing support to other people that are doing something they love and sharing that with the internet. It's not easy to get on the camera all the time, especially if you're doing something and you could be judged for it. So gotta give props to them. I'm just looking for some type of making. What's this guy here? Okay, so new accessories. Yeah, this guy's name looks bad, but it's he's not. Yeah, it's. Let's go raid. I'll hit that here in just a second. So confirm. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm not. So I'm community manager. I'm not e-commerce, and I'm not the marketing channel manager. I don't handle that stuff. Basically, what happens in the end is I get a script of bundles and prizes and a page that I can hit. I think we haven't mocked this up yet. I mean, it's in there, but I haven't mocked it up yet, of drawing people. I don't even know how Saturday's going to go. So if you want to see a complete, crazy, chaotic mess, tune in on Saturday. We will be here 10 a.m. Eastern, and then and you do not have to be present, just so everybody knows. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time might not fit your time zone. That is okay. If you are drawn, your email is part of that. We will email you and let you know. And again, for that, let you everybody know there's a ton of scammers already out there. It will be strictly from and at polymaker.com. Nothing else, not polymakermail.com, mail, whatever, mail service, polymaker.com. It is going to be an at polymaker.com. If it's not that, delete that thing. Don't click no links. Don't give any information. And then come seek us. If you think you won, come seek it. I'm on Discord all the time. You can reach out to me or email me. But we're going to do the drawing here in just a second. Let's flip over. There we go. Got 98. Can we get to 100? We got 2 more people that can enter into this giveaway. If we hit 100, I'll draw. We do a giveaway. This is a spool of filament. This is international. Doesn't matter where you live. We will ship you this spool of filament. Your choice, up to $35 value on a spool or even a poly dryer box. Some people have asked that and we've allowed it. It's $35. So get it in there. We got one more. So there's got to be one more person in here, right? 223 viewers. And you'd have to be on Twitch. I promise you, I'm trying to figure out the best solution for both YouTube and Twitch. If you're ever on that Y site, get over here. I'll give you like 15 seconds to come over and enter in here real quick. It has to be on Twitch. I should have said that at the beginning. So yeah. Can I talk a little bit about how Polymaker got started? If I knew everything, there actually, if you go on the YouTube, on our Polymaker YouTube channel, there is Zhao Fan, our president, kind of talking about where they started. But if not, on Tuesdays, not next Tuesday because I'll be at Rapid, but Tuesday streams are more where I'm more focused with the community. I can talk and answer questions. Feel free to join us there. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard on Tuesdays, and that's kind of just a more community-based program or stream program. I sound all official. Dang, it jumped up 112, so maybe the YouTube people got over here. I got a few more seconds, everybody, and then we're going to raid out after we do the drawing. Don't leave. Raid out. We're going to raid out to a gentleman that is prototyping new accessories for his leather deck boxes. And yeah, he's got a really sharp knife. So, but we're going to raid out to him. He's got 8 viewers. Let's make it a lot more viewers. Show him some support. Tell him Polymaker sent you. But we're going to do that drawing. I see a lot of first time chats in here. Get him in there real quick. I am awesome. I can ramble on for hours, but I won't. So. Yeah, sorry, I need to say that until I get it. We are working on YouTube stuff, so our involvement in the giveaways. So we're going to give it in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You guys are still trickling in. 3, 2, 1. We're going to rate out to this gentleman over here as soon as the giveaway is done. So stay tight. And here we go, drawing. Winner, chicken dinner. Remember, Saturday, I'm going to be live 10 a.m. Eastern. We're going to be giving away a ton of stuff. So many things. I'll probably lose my voice. Congratulations, Salamander UK. Make sure to contact me at joel.fin@polymaker.com or message me over on the Discord. I'm Polymaker Joel at discord.polymaker.com. And I will put this in real quick here. Here's the contact. Boom. Oh, there you go. He's got Builder's Mark's got it. Right, there we go. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you guys. We're going to be back again next week. There will be another show on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you guys there. Have a good night. Have a good week and have a good weekend. And we'll see you next week live from Rapid. Or actually, and Saturday. Don't forget Saturday. Polypalooza.